Hello everybody and welcome back to another exciting episode of Mug&Play. I am Nick. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to do some speed paints and answer some questions. I figured it was a fun way to kind of combine two video ideas in one where I want to show off just some art I've been doing lately and answer some questions. I think it would be a fun little thing just to hang out, get to know each other, because some of you may be newer viewers and you don't know who the hell I am. Aside from the fact that I play video games, but I do art too. So let's get into some questions and I'll answer them while you watch this glorious speed paint. So let's dive right in. Question number 1. Is cereal soup? Why or why not? No, it is not soup. It is breakfast. Any liquid in a bowl with chunks in it, it's just that doesn't classify it as soup. Soup is meant to be had hot. Gazpacho, I believe, is soup that's served cold. Gazpacho is not soup. Gazpacho is a type of gazpacho. So is cereal soup? No, it is not. Next question. What is the sexiest and least sexy name? Well, perhaps I am biased, but I happen to think the sexiest name is Veronica. Because of my partner. She's great, and I love her. The least sexy name... the least sexy name... Disappointment Von Onion Fart. Yeah, if that's your name, and you feel called out, then see you in the comments section, bro. What secret conspiracy would you like to start? I would like to start the secret conspiracy that student loans aren't real. They're made up. They're untrue, and that there's no point for anybody anywhere to pay any of them back at any time for any reason, because they're imaginary, they're made up, everyone got paid. That contract that you were handed when you were but a young teenager and couldn't comprehend, it just had mostly wingdings in the middle, and it's not true, and you don't have to pay that money back. Again, that is a conspiracy theory, not confirmed. You should probably still pay back your student loans until that theory, which may be true, is proven true, but is not currently true. What's the weirdest smell you have ever smelled? It would probably be the smell of acetone when I went into a place that I thought sold supplies for like stores, like shelving units and hooks and things like that. And that's its own story, but it was clearly a front for some other place that I was not allowed to see that was behind closed doors and reeked of acetone. My guess is a meth lab. I don't know. I cannot confirm or deny it was years ago. But yeah, that's a story for another day if you're interested in hearing it. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Why or why not? Oh, fuck, here we go again. Yes. Yes, it is. Because it is bread, thing, bread. Sandwich. Oh no, it's hinged bread. No. You can differentiate between the top part of a hot dog bun and a bottom part of a hot dog bun. You know which is which, so you know that it's pieces. It is. Get over it. Grow up. It is. What's the best Wi-Fi name you've ever seen? That would, I've seen a lot of them. I've seen, don't touch my Wi-Fi. That's my Wi-Fi you're talking to. Stop sleeping with my Wi-Fi. A lot of wife puns. Those are great. Other ones, FBI surveillance van. Flowers by Irene. FBI, very good. But the number one always will go to my sister for naming our parents' Wi-Fi connection Protect Your Web. Yes, that is a Wu-Tang reference. Hell yeah. Protect your goddamn web. What's the most ridiculous fact you know? Furt is taller than Charizard. Yep. What is something that everyone looks stupid doing? Being a functioning adult, I guess. Like, kids. For those of you that I know, some of you are under 18 watching this, I just want you to understand the percentage of adults that you think are just winging it all day, every day, with every task. That percentage is higher than you think. It is most people. Most people are just winging it on how to be an adult, and you will too. And that's okay. Everyone looks stupid figuring adult shit out. If you're lucky, you get the answers when no one's looking. Keep that in mind. Everyone, and no one's paying attention to you. Do you know why? Because everyone is preoccupied with the thought that everyone's paying attention to them. You're not paying attention to them because you were busy being embarrassed by some stupid shit you did. So it's okay. So what does everyone look stupid doing? Existing. Most of the time. But it's okay. What's the funniest joke you know by heart? Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, I'm glad I didn't read these questions ahead of time because now I'm legitimately excited about this. Okay, I'll make this joke as quick as I can go. So a guy walks in to a bar to order a whiskey and it's a nice night, so he says sit out on the patio. Now he's sitting out on the patio enjoying his drink. A nun walks by and she kind of gives him stank eye and whatever, and he's like, hey, what's the deal? I'm just enjoying a drink. And she's like, you know, alcohol is the devil's drink. That horrendous liquid does not touch thine lips. And, you know, they get to talk, and he's like, how do you know you don't like it if you never even try it? And he manages to persuade her to at least try it, and if she doesn't like it, it's not for her. She says, very well, but it must be served to me in a teacup because I cannot have any of my fellow sisters or my mother superior seeing me drinking. And he's like, gotcha. So he goes back into the bar, and he's like, 2 more whiskeys, please, but put one in a teacup. And the bartender goes, is that fucking nun out there again? Yeah. I like that one. Tell it at parties. In 40 years, what will people be nostalgic for? Well, that depends on how the rest of this year plays out. And in the good scenario, we look back on TikTok dances and get nostalgic for them. Just like now, people are like, hey, remember Gangnam Style? Yeah. We do. But in the bad timeline, what will people be nostalgic for? Clean air and functioning government. I'm so hoping we're reminiscent of stupid dances. We will be grateful for the opportunity to be reminiscent of stupid things. What are the unwritten rules of where you work? Don't pee on anyone's desk unless you are ready to take a diamond sword to the chest. It's not written anywhere, but you know. Don't pee on anyone's desk. How do you feel about pineapple on pizza? No, sir. No, thank you. Put it on your pizza. More for you. Pineapples are great. Pizza's great. Pineapple on pizza, great. Just because great thing on top of other great thing doesn't make third great thing all the time. I've tried it. I don't like it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I just comfortably dislike it. I'm not gonna piss myself about it anymore. I decided to get over it, but no, not for me. What part of a kid's movie completely scarred you? In Pokemon, the first movie, all the Pokemon, when Ash gets turned to stone, all the Pokemon start crying and all of their tears flow into him and make him no longer made of stone. And for one, it was terrifying seeing a character I identify with essentially die on screen, and his best friend mourn his death immediately and grieve, and all these other creatures that I had grown to love are grieving. But it also taught me that if you cry hard enough, the problem will fix itself. And I carried that into adulthood a little too far. I got a little too real. Let's keep going. What kind of secret society would you like to start? One with clean air, functioning governments, and no pineapple on pizza. If animals can talk, which one would be the rudest? I think a lot of people would say cats, but I'm not gonna say cats because cats aren't rude. They're just blunt and straightforward, and they a little self-centered, but I wouldn't say the rudest. The rudest animal is seagulls because they fear neither man nor God. Toilet paper, over or under? Over, you fucking monster. No. Because over makes it look like a beard, which is good. Under makes it look like a mullet, which is bad. I mean, maybe you rock a mullet. I don't. I prefer beard. Over. Next question. What is the best type of cheese? That's a good question. Now, this question isn't very vegan. I don't want to hear it. But aside from the vegan cheese that Veronica had me try, God, this is actually a tough question. Mozzarella. I'm Italian. What am I thinking? Where is the strangest place you've urinated or defecated? Off a bridge. I won't tell you which one. What's the best inside joke you've been a part of? Let's see. Here, I'm just gonna. I'll fire off 3 inside jokes that 3 different people will get. So here's the first one. Yum. Here's the second one. It was in the dishwasher. Here's the third one. Don't worry about it. That is technically that phrase. That in a certain friend group, that phrase meant you were fucking planning something. It's like, hey, where are you going with that crate full of TNT? Don't worry about it. In one sentence, how would you sum up the internet? Well, I would say the internet was best summed up in one sentence in the Kevin Smith movie Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and it was spoken by Ben Affleck, and that line is, the internet is a place where people come together to bitch about movies and share pornography with one another. Ever since I heard that line in that movie, and someone has said, like some old person, or maybe they're Amish, or maybe they're old and Amish, they're just like, what's the internet? And I say, people have opinions and porn, and lots of both, and both of those things will simultaneously be the greatest thing you've ever seen and society's downfall. Just because of the sheer magnitude and quantity of both. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant? Well, if you're a fan of Legend of Zelda, that entirely depends on how many times the elephant hit those chickens with a sword, and the answer is it doesn't matter, you're dead where you stand. Any seasoned Zelda player will tell you, don't piss off the chickens. What is the most embarrassing thing you have ever worn? Oh, I know. I actually have it in this room. Be right back. This right here is a new Target team member badge. You wear this when you are a trainee at Target. I have worked at Target on 4 non-consecutive occasions. And nothing against Target, but they're just not where I want to spend the forever rest of my life. And thankfully I don't have to do that anymore. But yeah, on 3 of the 4 stints at Target, they never even bothered to get me a real name tag or even learn my name. So yeah, for a while I was just new team member and no one relied on me for anything, and it was terrible but also kind of great. So that is the most embarrassing thing I have ever worn, especially after I wore it after graduating college. What is the most imaginative insult that you can come up with? That's a good question. You idiot. My go-to insult because I don't really go for like clever, witty insults, because as anyone who has watched more than one of my videos can attest, I trip over my words extensively and habitually and frequently and regularly and redundantly and a lot. And I would not be able to, whip out some rapier of wit and eloquently stab someone in the heart with like funny words. So my default insults are just fuck you, and the more cutting, everyone who ever loved you was wrong. Those are my 2 go-to insults if I really want to make someone angry. Because fuck you is it's all reliable as far as insults. All right, and we'll make this the last question for today. And this has been fun, so I think I'm gonna do more episodes like this because I just think these are neat questions. And again, if you have questions you'd like to submit to me for a future episode, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them in a future episode. Which body part do you wish you could detach and why? Well, if anyone who has ever listened to the band King Missile will tell you, it's more of a hassle than you think to have detachable genitals. See how I said trip over my words? I would say, this is kind of vague, but I would say limbs, like an action figure, like think like Toy Story, like, oh, you need to reach something off that high shelf, and then you just reach up with your twice as long arm, and then you can get the thing off the high shelf, and then back on. Basically, I wish I were an action figure, I guess. It would just come in a big plastic box, and it would just have me and my friends, and it'd be like each sold separate. I don't know. So yeah, you do that, and it would be a lot of fun. And this has been a lot of fun, and I hope you've had a lot of fun. I hope everyone involved had a lot of fun. And if you want to ask me some questions, leave them in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a dang thing, because who knows, if you leave a comment and you don't subscribe, maybe I'll answer your question in a future video and you won't know about it. So guess you should just subscribe. That's all I can think of. But thanks for hanging out with me while I drew some stuff. I don't know what I drew when I'm recording this, because I'm recording this part first, but I'm sure it's beautiful. Would you put it on the fridge? I would. Maybe. Thanks for hanging out. I love you. Bye.